All right, y'all ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is live. We are in the building, ready to go through an outstanding show as we do every single week, live from the den of Legacy Internet Radio. Opening up the show tonight with a outstanding conversation with the crew of Debridge. We had them on a few weeks ago back by popular demand. Already had call-ins, folks trying to get in with them. So we look forward to bringing them to us, or to you rather. And then we are going to have a discussion around war. We're going to talk about war. Got an update to the Emmett Till story. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Big Rube's in the room, and we're going to have a round table. We got a lot of show to get to tonight, and we're happy to have you. You're listening to the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. It's called Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. That's me, y'all, and we're live right now. Yeah. It's about that time. It's about that time to get.
Open your ears, strap on your thinking cap. Socially conscious talk that's entertaining with a dash of humor and the top sports stories of the week. It's time for Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J.
Sellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. He hits one deep to right center. That ball is out of here. The Yankees win the pennant.
If they lying,
then they must be half stepping.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is live. We in the building. Be down with us tonight at 804-402-2893. Be part of the flagship show. Heard live from the den. Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all for rocking with us tonight. We appreciate the folks that are checking us out already on Facebook Live. We appreciate the folks right now that are checking in with us on TuneIn. We appreciate those folks on Streamer and on our home website of www.legacyinternetradio.com, because y'all rock with us. We roll with y'all every single week, so we appreciate you. Got a lot of show to get to tonight, as I mentioned on the other side, and the tease of all the outstanding and wonderful things that we have. Not going to waste any time. We're going to get right to it. And so I'm happy and I'm honored to reintroduce to you guys the founder of Debridge. Debridge is a social media site that's set to launch here very soon. I'm not going to get into it because I want the founder, Jacqueline Hosky, to share with us all the outstanding and wonderful things about Debridge. Jackie, how you doing, sis?
I'm awesome.
It's good to hear your voice again, man. You doing okay?
Thank you so much, sir. I'm great.
Well,
I heard an echo. Do you hear that?
Let me see. I don't hear an echo. You hear an echo? Big Rube, you hear an echo? We don't have an echo on this side. If you got one, I'll see if I can work some stuff on this end and try to work it out. But let's see if we can get some information on Debridge and tell us once again, who is Debridge, what is Debridge, and why do you want to be a part of Debridge?
Oh my God, I am so excited about Debridge. Debridge is a social media site that we're launching. Actually, this week we're on Thursday, February the 2nd at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I want everybody to go right now to debridge.net, debridge.net, create your profile, start engaging with us. There is a link there that you were able to be a part of our launch call. And why should you be a part of this launch call? Well, I'm super excited about Debridge. It's an online platform that I've created to help us as a community actively engage in group economics. Basically, I actually started following Dr. Claude Anderson, and I don't know if a lot of you know who Dr. Claude Anderson is, but he has the only black think tank in the nation, And what Dr. Claude Anderson says is that we as a people, in order for us to become empowered, that we need to become financially empowered, and we do that by practicing group economics. So basically, my thought was, how do I be a part of this movement? Like, I was so, when I was getting the information, that he was sending, like one of the points, and I made that point the last time I was on the show, Marcus, that he made, that I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize that, we hadn't come actually anywhere as a people. And when I say as a people, I mean African Americans here in America. He made the point that the day after the Emancipation Proclamation, that blacks own less than 2% of the nation's wealth. And that today, Marcus, today, in 2017, we still own less than 2% of the nation's wealth. Like, I was really astonished by those numbers. And one of the things that he mentioned is that the reason why we're in that place is because we're one of the only groups that don't practice group economics. So basically, I created Debridge as a movement to start having this conversation about why it's important for us as a people to start practicing group economics, not only to have the conversation, but to move past the conversation and to start actively engaging in group economics. And basically, at its core, what group economics is us taking those trillions of dollars that we make collectively as a people annually, taking those monies and consciously redirecting the money into our own pockets, into our businesses, so that we are able to empower ourselves. So basically, that was, my vision. That's the reason I started it. And, I just, I love life. And, because what happens is I just love the fact that you can have an idea and that you can actually see it come into fruition and just create it. And, I had an idea in my head, and I'm super excited about the fact that I was able to create it. So Debridge is a social media site. That's the community. I decided to create an online community. And another part of Debridge is our directory, our business directory. And another part that's like a real key factor to Debridge is, so I have a community. I wanted to meet the needs of our community, so I thought, how do I meet the needs of our community? So I actually gathered some success leaders, people who are experts in their field and have the same passion about empowering our people as I do. And they are taking their knowledge, their experience, and their expertise, and they are bringing it to the bridge, and they are here to serve our community, which is the bridge. They're taking their knowledge and expertise, and they're using it to serve our community. So I'm super excited that these people decided to, take a chance with me and to be a part of the bridge and to be able to serve the community of the bridge. And we have them here tonight so they can tell you who they are, what they do, and how they can, what they do and how they can help you. And of course, if you want to contact them and connect with them, and you can have access to them, you have to register for the bridge. And the bridge is a social media site, and it's absolutely free. So again, debridge.net. Go on right now. Create your profile, start engaging with our community, and have access to these awesome success leaders.
I can speak from experience because I've already done my profile, and I set my profile up, and it was easy to use. It was very familiar, and you can't make the excuse of I don't know how to find it or any of that kind of stuff because Jackie just gave it to you. We'll make sure that it's in our social media and everybody's tagged and all of that kind of stuff. And so, it's one of those things, Jackie. I just love that you're doing this because we need to support one another. When we talk about it takes a village, all of that cliche and all of that kind of stuff. It's cool to say all that stuff, but it's some real talk. We need to support one another. And we have outstanding people with a whole host of skills and expertises and things of that sort that can actually help you. And group economics is ideal. I mean, it's the foundation of how we built this country as people. You know, I could say black people, but I'm just going to say as people. It's the foundation of how we did it. And when I look around, you know, today, I see a lot of financial prosperity in other communities, and a lot of that is from them taking care of one another. And so this is an outstanding opportunity for us to literally and figuratively put our money where our mouth is. And so I look forward to introducing some of the folks who are a part of Debridge, and we're going to jump right into it. And so I've got on the live line, we've got Evan Jefferson, who's an investor in stock market, New Black Wall Street out of Atlanta. Evan, you are up, my friend. Let us talk. How you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
I'm doing outstanding, man. It's my pleasure having an opportunity to speak with you. And I'd love to have you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do and why Debridge is an outstanding opportunity for you as well as for folks that can benefit from you.
Yeah, just a little bit about me. I'm passionate about bringing investment education to the urban community. About 3 years ago, I had this idea that I could do something, and which was I wanted to start an investment club. I was able to do that, but we brought like 44 people together and kind of sifted through. But we actually started this group called New Black Wall Street, where the people that maybe weren't ready to get involved with the club, we could educate them about money, saving, investing, things like that. So 3 years later, we're up to about 5,000 people, and now we're looking to take that a step further this year, and actually have an initiative called Club Millie, where we're looking to help 1,000 people save and invest $1,000. And if we're able to do that, if we practice group economics together, then that's $1 million of capital that we have to reinvest back into our community, our businesses, our ideas, and that's just what we're doing from the finance side. So want to grow with people. Like you said, it takes a village, starts with us. Well, you know, with a plan like this, we all have the same piece of the pie in whatever venture we decide to go to invest into.
I look forward to it. I mean, investment is ideal. And have you had an opportunity to go through the website and connect with folks as of yet? I know we haven't completely launched yet, but have you had an opportunity to kind of see how it works in social media yet?
Yeah, very similar to our other platforms that we currently use. So I was very familiar with just navigating, the bridge itself. So I think that at the end of the day, man, I'm as an investor, I'm always talking about ownership. And, for example, some of these other social media sites, we don't own them. So if they decide that they want to shut down or they want to be some censorship of the internet, then there goes all of the content that we put onto someone else's platform. Right. They own us.
Right.
So I just speak from the standpoint of you got a business, you're trying to run business through these other channels that you don't own. Well, when they put you out of business, then you gotta ask yourself, how smart was I to make that the focal point of how I do business. Right. So I'm looking to bring my network over to the bridge to help them understand that we have to, not only do we need to own our own property physically, we need to own our own property intellectually as well.
Right. And half stepping with Marcus J, live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio. We're talking to the leaders of Debridge, which is a new online social media networking site with the focus on group economics. We've got a caller that's been trying to call in. Caller, we see you calling, and we're working with the folks on Debridge. So keep on listening. We'll give you an opportunity to call in here very, very shortly. 804-402-2893 is the number to call if you want to get in later on. But as of right now, we're not taking any calls. So I just wanted to kind of get that out to the folks that are actually listening. Give some love to our sister Tiffany. Jackie, our sister Tiffany is checking you out, and she wants to make sure that she has a website right. So I just sent it to her. So just to kind of let you know, folks are already responding. So I look forward to watching this whole thing grow. Tiffany, thank you. Thank you to Corey, who's also checking us out, brother of mine from Jersey City, New Jersey, by way of Atlanta right now. So always showing some love to our listeners and longtime supporters. We're continuing on our discussion. I want to make sure that I give everybody an opportunity that's on the line to tell us a little bit about what they're doing. We've got Taji Clark, who's a real estate broker and business success coach. He's in Chicago. Taji, how you doing?
Doing excellent, man. Doing excellent.
It's a pleasure of mine to have an opportunity to speak to you. You out of the shy. First of all, what's the weather like out there right now? Just right now, how's the weather?
Yeah, it's chilly.
Yeah.
A little bit of snow sprinkles. Nothing serious. We've definitely had worse out here. So
good deal.
I would say we're fortunate right now to be having the kind of weather that we're having.
Good deal. Well, tell us about what you do. You're a real estate broker and a business success coach. What does that look like in practice?
Okay, so just a little bit of a backstory about me. I like a lot of other people, about 10 years ago, thought I was living the dream. I was working a corporate job, and I got started investing in real estate at the time, and I thought I was doing the thing. And then, a couple of years later, I found myself getting laid off from the corporate world. And at that time, I owned, I think about 6 properties at that time. But then the market started to take a dive, and things were a little challenging for a while. And so I decided to start kind of shifting my focus at that time to working with people, on the real estate end to help. Because at first when I got my license, it was just so that I could, invest in properties and not have to go through an agent. I wouldn't have to do any of that stuff. But once, I got hit by the market like a lot of other people did, I learned that was information that I could take and help people, not get into some of the same types of situations that, a lot of other investors and homeowners and other people found themselves in. So on the real estate side, that's what I do now. And then on the business, consulting side, working with people that have a passion for, entrepreneurship, even if they don't necessarily know what that looks like, to help them start to take that passion and learn to turn that passion into profit and start, working for themselves instead of being in a corporate world and, having your schedule and your time and your life controlled by somebody else, some other person or other entity or other company.
Right.
It's time for people to start, taking advantage and taking their own lives by the horns and
I got a question.
Owning their lives in the time.
I got a question for you, because I know that a lot of folks will have the same question, because it's daunting. You mentioned that you own several properties, and it's daunting for someone who may not realize that they already have the resources to acquire property. One thing they're not going to do is make more land. They might make more product. They might make more of this. They might make more of that, but they aren't going to make more land. So talk to us about what it was like and what you went through when you purchased your first piece of property.
So when I purchased my first piece of property, my first property was a condo in the city. If anybody knows about Bronzeville in Chicago, Bronzeville is, kind of an up and coming community, and it's definitely getting better every year. So that first experience was kind of, it felt overwhelming. It was a lot of information, a lot of that I wasn't used to at the time. So when I am working with people now, and having gone through that process, several times over personally, I understand, people's feelings of being overwhelmed, and I understand, it's just all of the anxieties that go along with that process, because I dealt with it, and I dealt with it, several times over. So, I'm able to help relax people and, say, hey, this is how it goes. There's a lot of paperwork you're going to have to get together. There's a lot of red tape that, goes into buying a property, especially now after, the market did what it did several years ago. So just be prepared for that, to understand that these lenders are not necessarily picking on you by asking you for, a bunch of documentation. It's just part of the process. It's how it goes.
But it can be done, though.
Be prepared for it and be ready.
But it can be done.
It can be done.
It can
Absolutely.
be done. That's what I was looking for, brother. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for being part of the discussion. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. live from the Dan Legacy Internet Radio. We're moving right along to a few of the leaders of Debridge, the new social media and group economics and networking website that we're going to be having launched here very, very soon. Moving to our next participant, our brother James Jazzy Jordan, author of Health is Wealth. He's a former vice president of Verity and Jive Records out of Cali. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother. How are you, Marcus?
I'm doing outstanding, man. Good to hear your voice again, man. We had an opportunity to talk with you the last time, and so since then, you've put your book out, and so I want to give you an opportunity to talk about that, and then some of the other outstanding things you're doing. Talk to us.
Oh, well, great, man. Thanks for having me on again.
Absolutely.
Listen, where I'm at in my career now, after working with so many outstanding artists over the years and helping them with their careers, you see, people I would love to work with, and I consider myself to be a dream chaser as well. You say, what's a dream chaser? A dream chaser is someone that's artistic, that really want to chase their dreams. And you don't have to be necessarily artistic to be a dream chaser, but it helps because dreams are hard to accomplish, but they can be accomplished. So where I am in my life, the stage that I'm at the moment, I want to give back. So I want to take all of my experiences, my 30 years of experiences in the music business, and I want to apply that to anyone that needs that support. I wrote the book, and it's on its way to being a bestseller. That should happen by the end of this week. And the reason that's important to me is because I want to help us with our health, because without our health, we have nothing. And when I talk about health is wealth, it's not about the amount of money you have. What it's about is your wealth is your health. If you can wake up in the morning feeling good, jump out of bed and go run that race and fight that battle, own those properties you want to own, make the investments you want to make, and you don't have your mind functioning right, then you're wealthy. So when I spoke to Jackie and Jackie told me about this opportunity, I cannot pass up the opportunity to be involved with Debridge because this is what our communities need. You know, when you think about it, as you guys said earlier, our money leaves our community. It never stays in our community. And we have to change that because you can go back to Malcolm X when he, talked about if you don't support your community is going to die. So we need to change that, and we need to understand and start trusting one another and loving one another. So that's me in a nutshell, Marcus.
I appreciate that. That's very inspiring, and it reminds me of what Jackie said when we led off, Jazzy, when she said she talked about Dr. Claude Anderson, and unfortunately, many of our people are not familiar with this brilliant man. But one of the things that he's very, very strong in when he speaks is how we need to support one another, and we need to get past this not trusting one another, because the only way that you build is if you use brick by brick. Well, we're the bricks in that analogy, and we need to stack up upon one another to make sure that we can come together and actually have something. And, it kind of inspired me just now when you were talking, because that is exactly what I was thinking about. So thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, and thank you for your work, brother. We really appreciate you. You're important to us.
You're so welcome.
We appreciate you. Absolutely. Yep. Ain't no how step on Marcus J. live from the Dan Legacy Internet Radio. Continuing on around the round table, we've got our sister Nzinga. How you doing, Nzinga? You're the balance queen.
Yes, I am. How are you doing, Marcus J? It's really good to be back on your show.
Absolutely.
On your show today.
How's it going in Philly today?
Philadelphia, it's snowing today, but it's still beautiful. It's I love the city of brotherly love. I'm really enjoying the day and enjoying the year so far.
Yeah, I think I may have mentioned.
Really ready to.
I think I may have mentioned to you the last time we talked. I think I did. Maybe I didn't. That my niece graduated from LaSalle University last spring. So I had an opportunity to spend some time in Philly. It was the first time. So your town is awesome, and I love your town, and I look forward to talking to you about what you're doing as the Balance Queen. So what you got?
Yes. Yes, I'm known as the Balance Queen. Of course, on Debridge, I actually received that name through a good friend of mine and Jackie, who I've been working with for about a year now through my business as a balance coach, really brought that name to me as really an honor of showing how I help bring balance to other people's lives in the techniques that I found balancing my own life. So I am focused energy, manifesting as an African-American queen, a single mother, a chef, an entrepreneur, and of course a balance coach. Now you may ask what is a balance coach? What I do is I give people techniques, tools, and knowledge about their energy system, which is also called your chakra system, in order to really clear, cleanse, balance it so that your life is being projected in a way that you are meaning for it to be manifest. I like to put it in perspective, painting the picture of a stained glass window. Stained glass window with all different types of colors in it. It shows a picture, and when sun shines through it, looking it into a white room that it's shining in, it actually creates a mural. It creates a picture of light in that room, and it's all because the light going through the stained glass window is how it manifests through that window. Now, imagine us being the window going through life. The weather hits it. It starts to get dirty on it. There's all kinds of snow, grit, things that mess up the window. Maybe somebody comes by and vandalizes, so you have panes that are missing or broken sometimes. And so if you look at that, it begins to distort the picture that is being shined, that is showing through into the room. And so I like to look at my work as somebody that comes and helps you to really see what your window is maybe missing or where there's dirt on it. How can it be maintenance? How can you maintain your own window so that the picture you are reflecting into the world is exactly what it was meant to be? It's the brightest and it's complete and whole in what it should be for you. And so I have developed tools and a curriculum in which to help people really create that for themselves through juicing. I have a juice line called Chakra Juice, in which helps you clear your chakras through taking in the energy of these different foods that I put in the juices, as well as my coaching. I have online classes which you can find through Debridge, where you can get full chakra readings by me, as well as meditation, guided meditation classes to really start to learn how to develop and use the tools that are available for you to begin to heal yourself and make your picture, your perfect balanced picture in your life.
And you know, hashtag on Marcus J, live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio and Zynga. I mean, that's inspiring. You know, you're working on people's spirit. I mean, that's the key. You're working on people's spirit. And one of the things that I've learned just in my life and my travels is that it's hard to be able to be prosperous if your spirit ain't right. You know what I mean? And what you're saying, what I'm hearing is you're working to make sure that people's spirit is right. That's noble. And I love that. I love that about you, sis. I appreciate that. Jazzy, are you still on the line? We had a question from social media for you. You still with us? Did we lose him? Okay, I think we might.
No, I'm here. Go ahead.
Oh, you're still there. Okay, good.
No, I'm here.
We had a hit from one of the folks in social media. I see wanted to know, and I could have told him, but I figured it'd be best if you did. He wants to know the name of the book again and how he can get it.
Oh, okay. It's the name of the book is Wealth, and you can download it from Amazon. You're going to be very surprised when you get there because it's on sale this week, and guess what? You're going to get it. It's going to do you some really, really good things for you. I'm sure of that.
So it's Health and Wealth.
Is Wealth. James Jazzy Jordan, and again, it's on Amazon.com.
You got it. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. All right, hopefully you got that. I see.
You're welcome.
And if you have any other questions for any of our panel, if anybody has any questions for any of our panel, we've got them on the live line, so we're going to hold the live line for them. Just hit us on social media. We'll make sure that those questions get answered or at least get asked. If we end up having questions from you folks after we've lost them, then we'll certainly make sure that we get those questions answered, and we make sure that as listeners, any questions that you may have definitely are addressed. Last but not least, joining us on the live line, our brother Kyle McIver, communications professional. He's a writer, he's a visual artist, and he's from my home state of New Jersey. Kyle, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's happening, brother? What's happening, brother? Thanks for having us.
Yeah, man, it's good to have you back on the show, my brother. Tell us about Kyle. What is up with Kyle?
Man. I don't know where to start, Brother Marcus. I don't know where to start. I mean, my background, as you said, is in communications. I went to Rutgers University and got my degree there.
Scarlet Knights.
Communications. I've essentially worked in communications for probably about over 15 years, including for large corporate organizations as well as nonprofits. And what going back to when I was in college, I've always had a really strong sense of Black history. I'd probably credit some of my 5%er friends for really getting my mind into history back in the 80s. But I went on to college and my professor was Ivan Van Sertima. Not too many people can say that they studied under Ivan Van Sertima, like joked with him, clowned with him. Good brother. He passed away, I believe, 2009. But in his classes, and I took every last one of them, and he was not an easy professor, but in his classes, I learned more about Black history over the course of these semesters than I did my whole life. And you realize that, the situation that we're in now is unique in history because we've never been in the situation that we're in now. And then, when you think about something like Debridge, the reason why we're not where we were is because we're not who we were. You feel me?
I feel you.
So we've kind of bought into the rugged bootstrap, pull up by your bootstraps, rugged individualism of the United States and of the larger Western culture. That's not who we are. That's why it doesn't work.
Right.
Because we're not working together the way we always did. We're not, thinking in a communal sense as we always did. The way we operate now is not really socially, and I don't have any scientific basis. I can't say, I almost want to say genetically, but, the way we're operating now is not how we work best.
Right.
And, you know, being inspired by history, being inspired by current events. You know, we're in a situation now, our position in this society is precarious. And anybody who doesn't understand that is delusional because all the indicators are there. We have to get to a point where we are operating as a community, sharing resources. You know, I remember friends of mine, like, you know, they might live in this apartment here, and then, you know, there's a group of guys next to them from another country. And, you know, it'd be like 5 of them living in a 2-bedroom apartment. Barely speak English, but they're going to college.
Yeah.
You know, clothes look bummy, but they're going to college.
Right.
You know, getting an engineering degree, getting a medical degree. You know, and they do that. You know, there's a lot of other groups that come here and do exactly what we're talking about doing.
And they show that it works. And they show that it works.
I'm sorry.
And they show that it works. That's
right.
That's the frustrating part because we don't do it.
You know, nobody's worried about having exactly, and nobody's worried about who has the sneakers. They got everybody in that house got their sneakers from Walmart.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody cared about that.
No.
You know, nobody cared about. No, I need to live by myself, and I need to. No. Now, I'm not saying we all need to shack up.
Right.
But it's the thought process because there's something in place. There's a mechanism in place whereby other groups can come over here and do the things that need to be done. And next thing you know, you walk into the hospital, you know, 15, 20% of the doctors are from other countries. Actually, in this case, like about 40, 45%.
Yeah.
I used to work for the Board of Internal Medicine.
That's crazy.
A large group, a large amount of these, and all because they all work together.
Right.
You know?
It's just, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's where we need to go with it.
Yeah. It's crazy. Ain't no half stepping.
You know, the guys at the gas station near my house.
Well, I think if you go to any inner city around the country, I mean, obviously we're from the same state, so I certainly know where you're going with that. And here in Virginia, any gas station you go to, unfortunately, isn't owned by us. And if you think about it, you know, let's take the inner city for example. You just take the inner city, and you own a corner store, you know, or you co-op a corner store with you and your homies. And you figure most inner cities going to have, I don't know, I'm not great with math, but, you know, 25,000 people, you know, within a few blocks that could actually get there, especially if you're dealing with a food desert. Imagine 25,000 people if you got 10% of them is rolling up in your store every day. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not great with math. I'll ask one of you guys to help me with the math on that. But just think about how much money is on the table if you just co-opted with the homies and owned a corner store or gas station. It's just, you know, and that was just a quick brainstorm that I just threw out there that quick. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. We're coming towards the end of our conversation here. I want to bring you back in, Jackie, to kind of close it out and kind of put a little bow on the conversation. And before you do that, I want to give a very, very special thank you to everybody that joined us, from Evan in Atlanta to Taji in Chicago to Jazzy in Cali, to Nzinga in Philly, and of course our brother Kyle in Jersey. I make a point of not only shouting them out and the great things that they're doing from an investor to a real estate broker to a former head of record labels, an author, a balance queen, communications professionals, writers, artists. I mean, we have it all here at Debridge. And anything that you can think of as listeners, I'm speaking to the listeners now, that you may want guidance on, or you may need to connect with, or you have questions about, or you want to be a part of, if you want to build with or bond with, or create a group economics experience for yourself and others, this is where you need to be. And so I'm bringing back the founder of Debridge back into the discussion to kind of help us close it out. Jackie Hosky is the founder of Debridge. One more time, in your own words, give us the vision and give us how the listeners can be part of Debridge.
Again, Marcus, I just want to really thank you for that last comment. I really appreciate that. Well, my vision, as I stated before, you guys have just listened to some of the success leaders that we have on the bridge, and you will be able to connect with them there on the bridge. Everybody, all of my success leaders who I've contacted, I've asked them to offer something to the community for free. So I've taken away the excuses of not being able to get this valuable information. So when you come to the bridge, there will be an access tab to the success leaders, and the way that you're able to access them is that they have links that you can connect to actually get free consultations. We are also, we have live webinars. I encourage you to go there and register for the webinars that we have. Just about everybody that spoke today, they offer live webinars and support systems, and we have all of that at your fingertips that you can access from your smartphone right there, where you can connect with these people. And like I said before, we do it through live webinars, so you're able to ask them questions and communicate with them and things of that nature. As far as my vision for the bridge, is what I stated earlier before. I wanted to create a community. I was like, how do I create this community? So I wanted to create a community where we support our businesses, And because in order for a business to grow and to, be prosperous, it has to have a community to support it. So I decided to create this central online location where we do just that. Now, the actual online platform actually have 4 tiers. In Debridge, DEBRIDGE.net is just one part of that platform. That's our social media site. That's our community. That's where we have these conversations, and we get together and we share our ideas and share our information, and we build and we have these campaigns where we get together and we start to actively engage in group economics. Again, I have the Debridge directory where I'm having businesses, of course, post their businesses. I actually have somebody doing research, researching exactly, all the businesses out there, as well as where we have a need to create businesses and products. She's actually, actually researching those things to present to our community, because there may be a need to something that somebody can create that we have a need for. And again, as I said before, you have access to our success leaders. So, I just wanted to, again, create a central location where we can support each other, learn from each other, build from each other, and to actively engage in group economics by economically empowering one another. I am super excited to have these success leaders who have agreed to come on board and share with us, their knowledge, their expertise, and their resources. As stated before, just as Evan Jefferson was telling you about his initiative out in Atlanta, where they're doing the crowdfunding, where they're investing together. Those are the type of campaigns that we're going to be able to do together, where we are actively engaging in, group economics and building each other up and empowering each other economically. I just want to say this. My vision is not just to be about money. That's how come I have. We also have, and like I said, all of the success leaders were not on the call today, but we do have life coaches, and just like Nzinga, that's why we have, success leaders like herself, because I understand that it's a lot of needs that we need to take care of, even outside of finances. So I want us to be able to take care of us inside and out, and I'm super excited, about having this particular platform, because if you're going through something personally in your life, well, right here at the at your fingertips, you can contact somebody who you can communicate with and who you can talk to help you get what you need, to power yourself not only, financially, but also, emotionally and spiritually. Yeah. I am super excited about that. Yeah. So, yes, please, please, please. We are We are officially launching Thursday, February the 2nd at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are having a Debridge launch call. And basically, I'm going to have all of my success leaders on here. So you're going to have these fabulous people that you have on here tonight, as well as the rest of our success leaders. And thank you so much. Marcus has agreed to be a part of that as well.
Yes.
And so we're going to have them. They're going to be explaining exactly what they are. I'm sorry, not what they are, but who they are. What they bring to the table and how you can connect with them. You're going to find out where you can go on our Success Leaders pages and actually sign up for their live webinars or their free consultations. Again, right at your fingertips for free. No excuses not to get this information.
Not at all.
The launch call is going to be fabulous because I'm going to be picking 3 people to give books away. So Health is Wealth. We're going to be giving that. Away to 3 lucky people as a free gift. We're also going to be giving away Credit is King by this great brother who's a part of the J. Morrison Academy. He just put out the book Credit is King, and he's donated books for me to give away at the launch call. And Marcus, for people out there, Marcus is big in supporting the community. He's big in supporting businesses, and he's actually allowed me to, use him, for our launch call. So the 3 entrepreneurs, if you are a entrepreneur and you have a business that you want the world to know about, you call in on our launch call because we're going to be picking 3 business owners to be able to present and tell the world about their business. Marcus has allowed, me to use his platform for 3 entrepreneurs so that they can promote their businesses. He's going to give you 15 minutes, and he's going to interview you and allow you to promote your business. So you'll be able to win that opportunity by calling in on our launch call on February the 2nd, 2017 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, you can get the information for the launch call by simply going to Debridge.net. Again, Debridge.net is the social media. It's our online community. That's our social media platform for the Bridge. As I said before, we have 4 different levels of the Bridge, but that is our community. That's our social media platform. So please go there, create your profile, start connecting with people, start posting. Debridge.net. Again, it is Debridge.net. And for those of you who go there right now, you will receive, that's where you receive your information to be a part of this epic launch call of the Bridge. So, Marcus, I just want to thank you again for giving me the opportunity to be able to tell the world about this fabulous online platform and about, my vision that I've finally completed and ready to get out to the world. And I'm just super excited about, what's in it for us in the future. Because I said it before, this is not only a social media platform, this is a movement. And members of our movement is considered our family. On the Bridge, on our social media platform, you are among family, and we are taking care of family business at the Bridge. Debridge.net. Join us. Thank you, Marcus.
Absolutely. I'm just so happy and so proud of you. Just, I'm excited about what it is that is about to happen. And a lot of times our people need to see stuff before they decide that they want to be a part of it. But this ain't one of them deals. This is one of those deals that you need to get in at the beginning and be a part of this wave. You don't want to wait because it's going to be successful. We know it's going to be successful, and you want to be in at the beginning. Absolutely. And don't wait until, those folks who have gotten in at the beginning are riding the wave and reaping the benefits of having been there since the beginning. So if you're listening right now, go to the website, sign up, be a part of the call, and be a part of the Bridge and utilize the benefits that are going to be afforded to you. Those business leaders, the success leaders, I should say, that are on the line, and the others that will be on the conference call, utilize them. And then, of course, those folks one of the 3 who will win We'll have an opportunity, of course, to be on this show and basically promote your business. And there's just a lot of stuff that we can do and we can do together. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm happy to be a part of it. And I appreciate you, and I thank you, Jackie, for reaching out to me and allowing me the opportunity to rock with you, because you rocking with me, I'm rolling with you. Ain't no half-stepping with
Marcus.
Absolutely. Ain't no half-stepping with Marcus J, live from the Dan Legacy Internet Radio. So I'm going to let you guys from Debridge go. I'm going to go ahead and end the call now. Those folks who are checking in with us on Facebook Live, I'm going to shut it down here in a minute just so that I can kind of regroup and recap. We're going to pick it back up. We're going to take a break. And then when we come back, we're going to have a discussion about war. We're going to talk about war with regards to President of the United States and who he happens to be at war with. You're listening to the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. Marcus J, the crew of Debridge, and our brother Big Rube. Ain't no half stepping with yours truly. We'll be back in a few, y'all. Stay with us. Don't go nowhere.
Is my mic on? Oh, okay. Legacy Internet Radio. It's your girl, the First Lady, comedianess, Lissa P. Ow, ow! Make sure you're tuned in to the #1 internet radio station around, Legacy Internet Radio. Be sure to check out our website at www.legacyinternetradio.com, or you can download the free TuneIn app. Go to the search, type in Legacy Internet Radio, and there you'll have us. Legacy Internet Radio, where independence is the key to building your legacy. Ow, ow! We gon'